Before we get started, I just have one question.
Yeah, sure.
So just wanted to understand if our course content, I did not see it in the course content, whether it covers the RP and process mining capabilities of Appian as well.
No, we are not covering that because it's a
So,
purely Appian course content.
okay. So for the certification, those
It,
aspects
it,
won't
it is
come
not
into play.
required. It is not
Okay.
required at all. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
because process mining is introduced newly, Portal introduced newly, Appian RP introduced in 2020. Okay. And none of these things are required with respect to any level of the Appian certification, not with level 1, not with level 3. So right now it is
Okay.
associate senior dev and a lead developer. Correct. So
Okay.
nothing will be come from those. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rutul, Bala here. What about are we covering? Are we going to cover the smart services?
Yes. Definitely, you will get to know each and everything. Okay, let me
Okay.
help you to understand the course content. Okay, will take 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let me. I already have a day one. Okay. Okay. Now let me ask you, what are the things that you know, Bala, on APN? Any point? Let's just like you said smart service. Anything other than that, or Bala or
Uh, I
Prashant?
know, like, I mean, no, I mean, I heard, I mean, I googled something
Okay.
like groups, process models, um,
Okay.
or records, reports, or something. Yeah.
Okay. Any other thing? I'll start with your list. Oh, fine. Okay, I think Amani had joined, recently, or you were there in the last call? I don't think so. Are you there, Amani?
Actually, I heard
Sorry?
different. I joined in different demo,
Okay.
so I just want to check how the things are going
Okay.
like that.
So, you already registered, or you already enrolled in any one of our classes,
Yeah.
is it?
Yes.
Okay. So, you already participated. Okay. Perfect. That's fine. Thank you. So, Amani, yeah, also, it would be great. Can you just, give me what are the contents that you know?
We completed only demos, but I know
Okay. So, let me ask you this, Amani. So I just want to know your background and
right to data
experience.
store entity and
Sorry?
right to data store entity.
No.
Smart service.
I just want to know a bit info about you.
Um, about me, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I
I
just what
have
I want.
completed. Yeah.
No. What I want precisely, I want. Are you a fresher? If no, then how much experience you are holding? And if you are holding experience, where you are currently working and which tech stack. That's all thing I want to know.
Yeah. I have total 2 years of experience in manual testing actually. So I
Okay,
want to looking for the low coding technology. So that's why I joined in
understand.
this film.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, guys. So let's first discuss the content. So
Rutul, I have one question. I mean, basic question. I don't know whether can we ask or not. But yeah, people are saying it's a low coding, but Appian is having coding, right? So we need to modify the code. I mean, need to write the expression rule, something like that. I mean, that coding part is there now. How it is called as a low coding?
okay.
Though no, I know that.
So
I mean, we can drag and drop the components, but still we need to modify the code, right?
okay. So why it is known as low code? Okay, now let me think a scenario. Okay, fine. Let's say if okay, you are like in the crypto, I'm not sure which technology you're working on. Okay, so like let's say Ashwin worked on the RPA. Okay, so let's say if I would like to create some website, okay, let's say using the .NET. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to write a script for the C#. Okay, or if there is a Java, okay, must need to know the applet thing and all. Okay, so Java, .NET. So .NET, where we are coding, that is in a MS Studio. Okay, where MS Studio consists of MVC architecture. Correct. I'm just giving you a heads up. Okay, MVC
Yeah, yeah,
architecture. That is what the model.
yeah.
Okay, we have a view. Okay, view and
The
control.
MVC I think will come in Java as struts or something, struts or springs. Yeah, model view controller.
That thing exactly. So we'll give you in depth why it is a low code. Okay, so let's say Spring. Okay,
Hmm.
okay, let's say Hibernate. Okay, so and same thing if it is a PHP, there is again a WAMP server that we are using, having a MySQL as DB. For Java, we can use, let's say, Oracle or anything like, we can also use this SQL Server as well. So .NET, we are using the code in Microsoft Visual Studio, okay, Management Studio, where there are three layers, correct? So the three layer where, one layer consists of the data layer, correct? Second layer is consists of the script wherever we written, and the third layer will be the connection of that. Okay, the front layer, basic front end. So here also we can have a drag and drop functionality, but there are three different layers, and if I would like to achieve anything, definitely I need to write a line of code in C#. Let's say for an example, I would like to write like palindrome number. Okay, so that is completely a C# program. Okay, entirely I need to do a writing and all. The same thing for Java as well. We need to do a code for applet. Also, we need to use the packages, classes. Same thing for PHP. PHP also we need to do the code in the WAMP server. Okay, that is what the tool we have: Windows, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. Yeah, there is one is WAMP server. So now all of these things, even C, C++, any other, look, there are around more than 100 plus technology that we have. Okay, but why the Appian is known as a low code? And not only Appian, there are multiple BPM technology. Okay, though all are known as a low code. What's the reason? Okay, let me tell you. First advantage of the Appian is Appian provide basically, okay, two different way. Okay, Appian is hosted. Okay, where it hosted on. Okay. So first of all, it hosted on premise as well as in on cloud. Okay, so let me specify to the the subject while low code. So we can create a snippet of code. Definitely I do understand where you're coming from. Okay, we need to drag and drop. Okay, if I would like to create any of the program, let's say I would like to create a customer form, I can definitely drag and drop few of the fields to the dashboard, and when we click on submit, it will go to the next form. But for that, it's a sale is nothing but the one form. Okay, let's consider as a form one. Okay, and there is let's consider a form two. And if I would like to maintain, if I would like to see the connection, just a second, man. Yeah, if I would like to establish a connection between this form one and form two, I need some medium. So that is what known as a process model, or we can say it's a workflow. Okay, where our flow will flow from form 1 to form 2. Now in form 1 as well, I do understand, like I would like to store my values. I need to write a RI. Like definitely later you will understand what is a RI is. There I can go with the local. Okay, those are nothing but the variables. Okay, but I just need to write the validation. Okay, definitely there is a coding, but not that much that the C Sharp, Java, PHP, and then console have. Okay, so that is why, okay, it is known as a low code. Low code is nothing but, if I can rectify, as a lace code. Okay, low code is nothing but a laser code, not the that much hard code that we are doing for the Java and other languages. That's why it is known as a low code. Are you
Okay,
getting
so compared to other languages, yeah, yeah, got it. I mean,
exactly?
so compared to other
Laser code.
languages, we are writing
Laser
less
code.
code, but code is there.
Correct. So that's why it says code. But what? It is low code. Low code is nothing but the lace code. Lace code is not good. Definitely, if I say Appian is lace code statement, okay, so there is no any meaning. So that's why they move it to the low code.
Mhm. Okay, got it.
Got it?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So now I think someone is also joined. Who joined? Okay, Mahesh, you joined. Mahesh Naga and Sam. Okay, so yeah, hi Mahesh, hi Naga. Okay,
Yeah, hi, hello, hi, yeah.
okay, perfect. Okay, and who raised? I mean, you only raised, right, Pala? The content, course content.
Yes, yes, Rupert. Yeah.
Perfect. So second, let me plug. Okay, perfect. So smart surveys, okay, that we are going to learn in the process model. Process model consists of nodes. It consists of smart services and the Amani, that what you say, the plugin, okay, of no, I mean the right to data store entity. It is nothing but a smart service itself.
Oh,
It
okay,
had a
okay. These are all
gateways.
the okay.
Okay,
Got it.
all are
Yes.
we are utilizing in the process model. Okay, so gateways are smart surveys and all of this thing we are going to cover in process model. Record report group smart okay, that we are going to cover. Let me quickly walk through the again once again. So what is that? The introduction to Appian, overview of Appian. Okay, like what is a tempo tab? Okay, we can learn that. Then the application. Okay, how can we define application? What is application actually, and what are the function of application? Okay, what are the different design object? Okay, at glance. Okay, so don't worry, I mean it is not going to 1 2 3 4 5, but I will going to cover all the topic, but I will make sure that how to ingest this all information in your mind. Okay, so we'll go with that flow, but all of this thing I'm going to cover. Okay, design object at glance. So these are the all design object that we can design in the Appian. An application is nothing but a wrapper, and these all are nothing but the chocolates. Okay, you can understand like that, because application is a container of all these objects. Okay, where we have a constant, a data store is nothing but a data source that we have in database. Data type is nothing but the tables in a database. Expression is nothing but the rules. Interface, that you know the front end, how we are designing. Document is nothing but, I mean, whenever the what are the document we would like to upload, we can do that. Knowledge center is nothing but the container of the documents where all document folders are resist. Feed is nothing but news that we can utilize in the process model, or we do have hazards we can definitely utilize in the tempo. We have a group, query rule. Okay, we can use the expression rule using the query, which is known as a query rule. We have a record, process model, and the report. Okay, that's all. And it is segregated into this different object: the data object, user, rule, group, and content management. Okay, now coming to the Appian sale. Okay, so it's a deep dive of the interface, then a deep dive of the layout, links, okay, and all the sale components what are important to you guys. Then with respect to the CDT, there are different, what are the different ways of CDT, how can we do the access import, what is the GPO view, and how can we publish that CDT to the data store, and how can how can we utilize that particular CDT to build a form that is also included. What are the different process object, the report, the record, and what are the related action of that record types. Then function, that what I said, okay, the assessment I'm going to take. Okay, and then we have a process model. Entire process model will take around 2 to 3 days of time to cover the at least the process model content. Okay, because it's a heart of the Appian. Without any workflow we cannot build anything. We have all this thing. Okay, so like for an example, if I give you a real-time example, uh, if you would like to have a lunch, what is the main thing you need? A plate. Correct. Without plate we cannot gather like anything. Okay, any tables. Okay, we have like vegetables. Okay, rotis, dal, rice, we cannot okay, we cannot put where we need to put. It's a plate. So that's what the plate is needed. So the process model, it's a plate for the Appian. Without it we cannot, all are standalone. And with the process model the Appian will complete a full dish. Okay, and that what you said the smart service. So all smart service will going to cover with the deep dive, and definitely we'll go with the examples. All of this thing I'm going to cover. The events, what are the different, like we do have a start event, we do have a terminate event, we have triggers, timers event. Okay, all of this thing I'm going to cover. Gateways, we basically have 4 different gateways. Then what is the sub process, how the sync and async will work, the data management policies, how can we troubleshoot and monitor if we are getting any error, Appian admin console. Okay, definitely, we can to start with, soon with the console and the web API part. Is there anything that you think I left out, Bala? Is that good with the content?
Yeah. I'm good with
Awesome.
content, but one doubt I have, small doubt.
Yeah,
So
please
there
ask.
is a yeah, I mean JPA is there? Is it Java Persistent API that we are going to?
Exactly, that is correct. No, I'm not going to give you the overview on Java Persistent API, but for CDT, whenever we are going to, there is a one of the method of the CDT, the access to import. So we are going to use few of the JPA annotation.
JPA annotations. Okay.
Okay, and that is also sometime it will ask in the interview as well as the exam. So it is a misplaced as overview. It's supposed to be annotations. Okay, the JPA annotation that we need to use while accessing import method of creating a custom data type. Yeah, is that clear?
Okay, you meant to say that to upload or import I mean CDTs as an XSD format, right? That's what you mean.
Correct. So I mean that is one of the way.
Okay.
We'll definitely let you know. But that is what the JPA annotation for the accessing import we are using.
Okay. Yeah. Thank.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
believe it's clear, right?
Yeah.
Anyone have any question on the contents? Because I would like to clear it first before moving forward. Ashwin, Mahesh, Naga, Sam, anything you would like to pitch? Or you guys are okay? Elias, I need your interaction, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Else I'm not going to run this class. Yeah, please.
How much of programming knowledge is required? Because I don't come from a programming background.
Okay, so Ashwin, I
Or
think
is
you
it
are from
just a
RP,
basic
right?
understanding? Yeah, I have worked on RPA, yes, and I started my career in on infrastructure front. I was working as a network engineer and later as a network architect before moving into RPA.
Okay, if you come here with the empty slate, okay, or a blank board, okay, you can learn the APN. There is nothing required. Only thing I required is the crude functionality of the database. You must need to aware the how to
Yeah.
create table, update table, delete table, select table, insert rows in a table. That's what
Okay.
I all I want.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm going with the pace that you guys can understand what APN is a product. Okay. Any question from you, Mahesh and Naga and Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, Naga,
And
please. Tell.
what is the difference? I mean, I heard a few buzzwords like what is the difference between low code and no code? There are a couple of other tools which is having no code. That means there is no code, or what exactly? I mean,
Okay. So might case you joined a bit late, but yeah, I think that's fine. So we are saying, okay, the BPM is what? The business process management that I believe everybody of you aware. Okay. And there are tools like APN, Mandix, OutSystem, Flow, Pega, IPM, BPM, and we do a FA BPM, okay, and two more, okay, two more, let's say. We have a Kianda, okay, we have a Amunda, okay, all this tool, okay, known as low code, no code. So why it is known as low code? I just had a word with Bala on this. So let me minimize this. Yeah. So low code is nothing but as compared to other technology, it is laser code. Okay, that's why it is named as a low code, and why it is low code and no code. So laser code and drag and drop functionality. That's why altogether it known as laser code with drag and drop functionality. And drag and drop, it really not require any code. So that's why it is say no code, and it require laser code than other technology. That's why it is known as low code. So altogether APN comes as low code and no code technology. You got it?
Yeah, got it. And I had another one. Uncork, is that also comes under this
Exactly.
low code, no
That's
code,
correct.
or
Uncork, yeah, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Uncork also, I think persistent having the most, I think, of the uncork. And I believe I also, heard on this uncork thing. I might, write a wrong spell, uh, or something like that. Okay. Okay. Then, yeah, definitely no. It is also low code, no code platform. And, I think the keys flow and uncork, okay, they started, recently, which means around 2 to 3 years ago during the COVID time. Okay. And why people are okay, let me also tell you this. Okay, now we are discussing this, I need to also discuss this point. Okay, if I let you know the advantage. Okay, so let me start with, the FA. Okay, FA. Okay, it's a old IBM BPM. It's a old. Okay, it's a old plus. Okay, we can say mediocre. Okay, same thing. Appian comes hit market on 1998, and hit to the Indian place at 2004. Where Pega is definitely bit older than the Appian, but Appian don't have any visibility till 2016. Okay, because 2000 till 2016 there is only one king in the BPM market, that is what the Pega and IPM BPM is. On 2016, Appian comes up, hit the market back with their Windows. Okay, earlier it has Windows plus BlackBerry. Okay, in 2016, it will come back as Windows, BlackBerry, iOS, Android. Okay, and Mac, not Mac, that Ubuntu. Okay, so all of this, it will come, supporting all of this. And on 2016, the first version is launched of the Android and the iOS. Okay, and from that day, okay, and Appian release its history or releases features every 4 months. Okay, not every 4 months, every 3 months. Okay, so if I'm in January, okay, so it will be 16.1. If I'm in December, it will be 16.4. Okay, so that's how. And every release, they release substantial amount of the new features, and that's why it started hitting the BPM market starting 2017, and it is grabbing the entire market in 2018. Why? Because in 2018 and 19, okay, it is Appian get the award as a leadership, okay, by the Gartner. Okay, and from that day, okay, we have lot more users and lot more client day by day using the Appian, whether it's wine based, whether it's insurance. Okay, there are around, I can say, 43 plus domain are using the Appian. 43 plus domain, so you can understand almost every domain have the Appian at their tech stack. Okay, now coming to the, okay, so there is what the advantage, and along with that, okay, it is also providing this cloud version. Earlier it was on-premise, and okay, let me ask you, anyone aware about what is the on-premise and cloud?
Yeah, on-premise means we need to, I mean, in the desktops, we need to
No, Bala, I
install
don't want
some.
you to answer. I don't want you to be answered. I want some other person. Let's say Mahesh, Naga, or Sam.
yeah, on-premise means we need to set up the infrastructure in order to install that application on the physical machines. Whereas in the cloud, it is a URL based.
Correct. So, oh yeah, that's correct. So, cloud, whenever Appian launch its environment, and whenever Appian hosted its environment on cloud, so from that day, it's known as, okay, build once. Okay, this is what the tagline I can say. Okay, build once and run anywhere. If you have the cloud access, you can be in any corner of the world, but you can still work on that particular application or anything your project. It's really not required any, you need to be there for in the office, nothing. That's why, this is one of the things. Now, with the cloud, definitely, that the first question that anybody asks, if I have upload functionality and I have a lot more viruses trojan in my laptop, and if I upload, so definitely the function got damaged. So for that, they have by default antivirus mechanism. Okay, they provide antivirus, okay, in the cloud version only. Okay, so this is one of the features that they introduce. Okay, coming to more the advantages, it has a good versioning system. Okay, versioning system in terms of let's say I'm building one application, okay, for let's say Land Rover client, okay, for manufacturing client, let's say, and I started building in 2019, okay, that's in October. So that time I did version 1.0, okay, and later, okay, it is getting enhanced, and right now we are at 2023 Feb. Okay, so might be today, almost 4 years we are having let's say 450th version. If I would like to go back, the first version that I built, I can still go to that particular version. So that is what the strong versioning system that the Appian provides. That even the IBM and FA are lagging on that. Okay, or features. Okay, not system, strong versioning features. Now, other than that, the advantage of is it has a by default database. Okay. Earlier we have a MySQL. Okay, I can say till 2022. Okay, last year. And last year they introduced a new database that is a MariaDB. The reason behind, we do have a space issue, the database getting jumbled out, some performance will be down because it cannot contain more data. So let's say MySQL have 8 engines, okay, whereas MariaDB come up with the 12 engines capabilities. Okay, so it is and here now we have we can store unlimited data. There is no any, and definitely the space is not getting exhausted, and it is a very high capacity servers. Okay, so by default it is using this, and Appian is hosted on the Tomcat server. Okay, so this is what it is. And Appian, what Appian provide, if I think that is first point that someone asked, I think Bala or Ashwin, I'm not sure. Yeah, so what Appian provides, so Appian package, let's say. Okay, if I would like to install Appian, so Appian will come with the package. Okay, so the platform. Okay, and platform consists of, okay, definitely will give you the overview on how the architecture is, what is the architecture of Appian is. Okay, so the platform will have different things. So different thing in terms of platform have again 3 layers. Appian also having a 3 different layers. Okay, the first layer we can say is data layer. Okay, that every language does have. Second one you can say has application layer, and third one we can say is presentation layer. Okay, and whenever I'm talking about the data layer, definitely will give you in depth, not today, tomorrow's session. So if I can say, yeah, so Appian package consists of what? Appian package consists of the designer, it consists of Appian RPA. Okay, if someone would like to go with the boards or something they would like to achieve. As of now we are not having none of the client utilizing this as of now, because it is not that much mature that the original RPA has. So if I ask Ashwin will give me 10 to 15 things that what RPA can do. But if you ask me, I can say okay, we can only achieve 5 things from out of 15. Okay, because RPA may have the UI path, group prism, okay, and yeah, I think rest of others as well, rest other as well. Yeah, where we have a single AP in RPA, where we can what can we do? We can simply create a boards, okay, and boards will go ahead and taste the application. Okay. So right now it is still at POC level. I don't think so. I mean, any client or company started using the APN RPA, but yeah, is what the APN provided package designer. We have a RPA, we have a cloud database. Okay, we have a console. Okay, other than that, APN started providing APN process mining as well as APN portals. So the reason of having the process mining, what is happening? Some of the analytical tools, right? Likewise, Salesforce Cloud. It is analytical tool. We have Alteryx. Okay, that is a analytical tool. We have Pyramid Analytics. Let's say that is also one of the analytical tool. Two, you know, we have this package earlier. Okay, now people comes and say, okay, boss, I need to utilize Alteryx. Alteryx is very costly basically. Okay, Alteryx for my Appian application. How can I avoid that use? Same thing, Salesforce Cloud and Pyramid Analytics and lot more other we do have an analytic platform. So then Appian comes into the picture and say, okay, we'll create some mining tool, and that process mining need a separate community site. It is other than the Appian, okay, but we can build a separate site on process mining. When we'll let you know whenever we are giving you the access, that time we will see how the process mine site we can identify separately other than the APN. The APN portal. So I was a part of the portal. Okay, whenever it started, I started my APN journey from 6.3, and right now it is 23.1. Okay, it's a longer journey. So APN portal was there from 6.3, I can say till 7.11. Okay, after 7.11 they launched 16.1 version, and from that 16.1 it is known as a sale. Okay, like yeah, sale interface. Okay, and earlier we do a portal. So now what they want, if I would like to do some scripting, okay, I can do it from the portal. So in portal earlier, what is going to done, like for an example, if I would like to keep a validation, so that time I need to write my JavaScript code to make sure, okay, to avoid that all of this thing, it is moved to this cloud thing and this all journey will happen. And now they again introduce a portal because some of the customer, okay, our old customer really likes that, and now they also would like to utilize it, but portal come with the separate license. Okay, so there's all the things that is come under the APN package other than portal. Okay, none of these technology can meet all this criteria. That's the reason being Appian is a market leader as of now. But yeah, if I ask you about disadvantage, okay, or what is a thing that Appian is still struggling, so that is a UI UX capability. For an example, I have a table. Okay, let's consider a table. Okay, where I have okay, let's say I have a column like headings known as role and name and marks. Okay, now let's say I can say, okay, roll number one, number two, number three. Okay, now I want name is A, marks are written 99. name is B, and let's say marks are 23, or we can say field, let's say C, and marks are 45. I would like to mark number one, okay, first row as a green color, okay, because that person is passed with the distinction. Second row is a red color, and third row as yellow color. I cannot do that in Appian. That is what Appian is struggling, the UI UX capacity, and lot more things. This is just one of the example. Appian also come with a good integration ability, okay, that I also would like to here, and connected system too. Okay, hope you guys understand. Yeah, Bala, please interrupt, man. Is it same for everyone? What is that? I didn't understand. Yeah, Bala.
Yeah, now I can able to hear. Maybe
Yeah, I
network
can
is.
hear you.
Okay, thank you.
No, I didn't get your point, man.
No,
Hello.
I didn't ask. I mean, I think due to network issue, I lost my video, audio. So I just pinged into that. I mean,
Okay,
not
is
able to
it
hear.
same for everyone means what?
No. See, I ping not able to hear. Is it same for everyone? I mean, everyone.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
all
Okay.
are.
Okay.
I put two
No,
messages.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I can able.
Yeah. Okay.
All of the guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Then. Okay. So yeah, have you guys understood where the Appian stands, Mahesh, further in Amit, Naga? Any doubt on this? At least I want your yes or no. Else definitely I don't definitely understand, because I'm not going to give you the training. I'm going to do the knowledge transfer. If I would like to give you the training, I will do it and we'll say bye and we'll meet tomorrow. I don't know do that. Okay. So please say yes or no if you understand or not.
Yeah, I'm understand. Yeah.
Perfect. Then. Okay, there's what the different comparison of the Appian basically. Okay. So now quickly, okay, architecture it will take a bit more time. Now let me quickly go through the tempo thing. I think tempo we cannot. Okay, let's see if we can. Just a moment. Okay, let me try to cover the event objects if we can. Yeah. So as I said, application is a container. Okay, where all of the object we can create. Now, if I can say, okay, we do have. I already mentioned in the the term sheet as well, the contents as well. We have a data object. What is a data object for? To store a data. We have a process object. So the process object contains of how can we utilize the nodes, how can we build a process. User object comes with the user interactions. Okay, rule object, it's coming with the what are the expression rule, query rule that we can make. Integration, again with the integration we do have a connected system. Yeah. And group, we have a group and group types. And content management, we do have the folders where we can manage the content. And notification, we do have feed. Now let's quickly go to the data object. Okay, so generally records, data stores, and custom data type, which is known as a CDT in a shorter form, known or comes under the data object. Okay, make sure I will ask anyone if you're meeting tomorrow. Okay, so data object consists of data type, records, and data stores. So what data type is? So the longer to the short, okay, the data type is nothing but the tables in a database. So in database, we know we are creating a table, the same structure in Appian known as a custom data type. Is it clear? So here if you can see the wordings, and opposed to primitive or system data type is a designer defined data structure. Data type allow designer to create a logical grouping of related data that can be used by other object to sharing a data. and it can be shared internally from instance between interface and process model, and externally between expression rule and data store. Because a data type will always be used in a context of another object, it does not have a individual security settings. Okay, so simple thing as of now you can understand is data type is nothing but a table in a database. Okay, coming to the data store. So the data store, if I can say, so data store is a container of the data types. Okay, so like for an example, we have a database schema in database, and underneath one database schema, we have multiple data types. I mean multiple tables, right? So same thing, a data store can have multiple data types. And record type, record type is nothing but we have a different 4 different types. We can create a record. Yeah, 4 different type we can create a record. Okay, we can create a record using the entity, process, Salesforce, and a web service. But most used way to create a record nowadays is an entity bank record. Salesforce is not yet extant. If you would like to connect the Salesforce system, excuse me, if you would like to connect the Salesforce system with the APN, that time we can go ahead and create a Salesforce big record. I will let you know in that. Okay. Just stop me, guys, if you're not thinking it is getting over. We can cover it tomorrow as well. It's not no horse. Okay, so process model, a process object, it is considered of process model and process reports. So process model, as I said, it's a workflow. What is written can be considered process centric. Process model define how a process will function. Okay, and while process report allow user to access the data from process. So process report also, there are 3 different ways to create a process report, but it is based on that particular process model or a process or a task that we created from the process model. We have a user object, so we have an interface where we are going to work on the form, that what we are saying, front end. Report we can create using the different charts configuration. Okay, and we can display that as a task report or a site report. And site, that is nothing but again a comparison to the tempo. We'll cover the tempo part tomorrow. So site is a customized object that Appian introduced in 18.1 version. Okay, it was not there before. Starting 2018, they introduced a site. The reason being, there is a requirement. Okay, so for a tempo, we cannot change something. If you want, if you ask me something, okay, I want the site to be in the yellow color or red color, okay, or let's say in a purple color. I cannot do that in tempo, but in site we can definitely change the branding, and we can also configure our pages. Okay, so that's what the site is. Okay, and there are different 5 tabs we can configure in the site. Rule object consists of expression rule. Okay, that expression rule we need to build to form using a different functions. Decision is also like a rule, but just like a, let's say for an example, decision object give you defined as for an example, there is a two-wheeler. Okay, so will if I enter Activa, so it will say okay, it's a two-wheeler and it will go in that way. If it is not a two-wheeler and if it is a four-wheeler, and if I ask Activa, so the condition not met, and it will go in the different flow. Okay, so where we can manipulate the data. And constant is nothing but I can say uh, okay, if I would like to give the static value, let's say age. Okay, so I would like to specify the age group must between 35 to 50. Okay, so I no need to write that 35 to 50 as in static. Tomorrow might a case the age group will change. That time again I need to go into the code and write that age group will be now allowed for 18 to 34. Okay, so that how we have a constant, and in that constant we can change the value as per the needs and no need to go into the code. That's why we are using constant, and there are different types. We can create a constant as well. Okay. Integration definitely will cover later. It will definitely get more time on this. Group is nothing but, okay, if I would like to restrict the action, okay, so like let's say I have yeah, I have, let's say, Ashwin and Bala in group 1 and Fathin Naga in group 2. So that time, if I don't want to see, I don't want to display my application to Fathin and Naga, then I can restrict that to group 1 having the access to this application, and I don't want to specify anywhere to the group 2 name. Okay. And same thing, group type doesn't have a security, but we can use the group type generally as a custom. Okay, and if you would like to make our own group type, we can do that. So where exactly group type comes into the picture? So giving you a scenario is, okay, let's say there are yeah, so there are few fields. Okay, let's say customer name, customer first name, middle name, last name. Okay, we need to make sure that the name should not exceed the 10 characters. So that time we can give this group type in validation, and that time we no need to give the validation for each and every field that we kept, so first name, last name, and middle name. Okay, that time that group type will work, and we can save it. Here you can see group type also define attributes that are shared across the groups. Yeah, they give an example as well. The group type region might have a region VP. Okay, then each group each group of that group type would be different value for the attribute based on whose that region vice president is. Okay, we'll let you know whenever we started seeing that object. Quickly, the content management, I said document, a normal document. We have different folders. We have different 4 types. Process model folders. Okay, we do have a rule folder. We do have a knowledge center and the document folder. The feed is nothing but the news. That's all about the Appian objects. Now, any question? It just means the integration, because it will take a bit more understanding, and I don't think so you will get it right now. You will grasp it right now. Any other question you guys have? Anyone?
Yeah, in the rule objects, is that decision metrics kind of related to what we will define in the process model?
Okay, so yeah, I got you. So in process model, let's say there is a XOR, right? XOR gateway. In XOR gateway, I believe if you in the college, if you learn the DLD, like digital logic,
Hmm.
there we learn about the gateways, right?
Yeah,
We have OR and XOR and
yeah,
no XOR. Okay, so likewise, let's say we are using the XOR gateway where we return different conditions. So based on that condition, the flow will runs. So same thing we can do using the decision object, but that is in rule. That's how it is. We can give
okay,
the dynamic value to that rule. We can pass the value to that rule, and again it will match the condition and it will go ahead. So almost, yeah, that's correct. So XOR and decision are same thing, but for particular customers, okay, they launch this decision group, but right now still we are using the XOR, which is more efficient, and we can do more manipulation on the XOR gateway side. Yeah,
okay. And
definitely
will these group objects be tagged under different group types?
no. Group
Okay,
type is the child object of a group.
okay,
Yeah, when you create a group, you can see the group type. By default, it is known as it will be as a custom. If you would like to create a specific group type, then for our application, we can select that particular group type to restrict the access from other ones. Yeah,
okay. And I hope we will be going into each of these in more detail when we are doing or building
definitely,
an
definitely.
application
It's
here.
a first
Okay.
session, Ashwin.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me give you a walkthrough on what this object at glance.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Anything from you, Fatin? Fatin, I think I met you for the first time.
Yeah,
Or
this
is
is
that?
my first.
Yeah.
This is my first class.
So it's your first class.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, awesome. So I think it is supposed to be second class, but yeah, I think I covered what are we covered in the first with respect to the content and all. Anything you would like me to revisit, Fatin?
I have a little like information. I know overview of Appian, so I'm
Okay,
following it as of now.
and may I know, I mean, I just would like to know a bit info on you. I would like to know, definitely you're not a fresher. So when you're working, and I mean, what's the overall experience that you're holding,
Yeah, yeah,
in
I'm
which tech stack?
working. I didn't get you. Can you repeat again?
Okay, I would like to know how much experience you're holding and currently you're working in which technical stack, the which
Yeah,
language are you working?
yeah, 3 years, but I'm a UI developer. React.
Okay, React.js. Okay, great. Okay, and what is that thing that attract you or get you closer to the
Yeah.
API?
So in my organization, they have introduced me with Appian. They gave a training. So I need a detail, I mean, a broader
So
perspective of Appian.
you're working for.
Mm, I don't want to disclose,
Okay,
sir.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, understand. So okay, so you already get it trained and you would like to explore a bit more, right? So that's why you're here. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. Okay. So any question do you have right now with respect to this class, or you would like me to revisit any of the point?
Not at this moment. I'm following.
Okay, perfect. Then. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And anything from you, Bala or Amani? Amni?
Nothing.
Okay. So I think yeah, we are very good to close call. And if no any question.